big challenge this week. This is a game that went down to the wire there in week 2. This team plays everybody tight. Their scores have been within one score except for one at Baltimore. The last time they were in their building, they won by 8. So I think it's a really good football team. I know they're well coached. You look at them across the board on offense and defense. I think they have a bunch of playmakers. On defense, there's a few guys that are in and a few guys that are out, but by and large, it should be a similar scheme that we faced. But it's a really good scheme. They threw every front imaginable at us last time, so we got to be ready and on our toes. On our defensive side, obviously big challenge with this offense. Quarterback's playing really well. Weapons at running back, tight end, wide receiver, guys that can touch it and go. Good special teams. I thought we got to really compete in the special teams area this week. So big challenge going on the road versus a division opponent.
D-Man, you got Cincinnati coming up this week. Cleveland's already played them. It's the first game that will be a repeat for Stefanski. But can he go with what he had in the first game that would have been an exhibition game, then the regular season, and now this? Seems like you'd have to give up some of your information rather quickly.
Yeah, Les, but the first thing that's bothering me, though, about that clip from Stefanski, he wasn't wearing his famous Brownie Elf cap.
Or the one that says it started in Pittsburgh.
It looked to me like, it looked to me like he was wearing the dog pound cap, but he's always got the Brownie Elf cap on. Les, you know what? In the rematch with Cincinnati, I'm looking for a fun game to watch, a competitive game, a shootout. I'm expecting the Browns to win because here's what I believe to be the case about the Browns, and it's not like I'm breaking any new information here. You ask the Browns to step up in class and play a really good team, they're not gonna perform particularly well, okay? But they're very capable of beating inferior competition or competition that's supposed to be inferior, and that's where the Bengals lie because the Bengals are in a rebuild, the Browns aren't. Nonetheless, I think it's going to be competitive. I don't think the Browns are going to go out there and dominate the Bengals, but I think the Browns will ultimately win.
216-575-0403 is the number to call. We talk about the Browns. What do you expect from the Bengals? The Bengals have had all their games decided by 10 points or less, except for the Ravens game. If they can do that, all they got to do is hold defensively against Cleveland and run away with a win. What do you think they'll do on Sunday?
Oh, the Bengals?
Yeah.
I mean, listen, Les, I don't want to say this is a must-win for Cleveland, but it almost feels that way because you can't follow the debacle in Pittsburgh with a loss at Cincinnati. Because then what happens? Then 4-3 feels like, 1-6, and players start to doubt, really doubt about the viability of this club. So, I expect the Bengals to put up a fight. Joe Burrow, I respect him as the quarterback, and it sounds like Joe Mixon's going to be available. They've got some weapons, but let's not overstate the value of the Cincinnati Bengals. They're a team that you can move the ball on with pretty much regularity, and especially you can pass the ball on them. So I'd like to see Baker Mayfield put on a show.